He's a character, he's a special guy, he's a super genius. We have to protect our geniuses.
President Trump pushed back on his own social, posting Elon was wearing thin. Trump is mentioned in the Jeffrey Epstein files.
Who has more at stake?
This is one of the greatest bills.
You can love or hate Trump, and Elon might be a genius or a lunatic. But when two of the world's most powerful men fall out, the shockwaves go global. This week, Musk turned on Trump publicly. He condemned his one big beautiful bill, suggested he might be impeached, and threw Epstein allegations into the mix as well. Trump responded by threatening to pull federal contracts from Tesla and SpaceX. Musk backed down. Kind of. Deleted the post, claims he went too far, but the damage was already done. This isn't about tech egos. It's about military infrastructure, economic resilience, and how dependent the free world is on one unstable genius and one rage-prone president who controls the world's most important red button. Now let's take a look at the footage, shall we? Let's have some love.
A star is born, Elon.
A star is born. Elon Musk. Here you go. Got to back that up with a bit of hate now, haven't we?
I'm very disappointed in Elon. I've helped Elon a lot.
I'm very disappointed in Elon. He looks disappointed there, doesn't he?
He's a character, he's a special guy, he's a super genius. We have to
He's a special guy, he's a character, he's a super genius.
protect our geniuses.
He only developed the problem when he found out that we're going to have to cut the EV mandate. Who else but this guy would design this, and everybody on the road is looking at it?
Loving a bit of that truck, loving a bit of that truck.
It's amazing, actually. As soon as I saw it, I said, that is the coolest design. People leave my administration, and they love us. And then at some point, they miss it so badly, and some of them embrace it, and some of them actually become hostile. I don't know what it is. It's sort of Trump derangement syndrome.
Trump derangement syndrome. How about it? You just piss people off, son.
I've always liked Elon, and so I was very surprised. You saw the words he had for me, the words of, and he hasn't said anything about me that's bad. I'd rather have him criticize me than the bill, because the bill is incredible. He knew every aspect of this bill. He knew it better than almost anybody.
You get to think that he might have shared a little bit too much of the pie, don't you, sometimes, when you look at this, don't you? What do you think? Let me know in the comments. Has he shared too much?
And he never had a problem until right after he left.
Musk reacted to the president's remarks in a slew of social media posts.
Yeah, let's have a butchers at these then. Elon Musk. This is what he's been putting out there on his own platform, of course, X. Slim, beautiful bill for the win. False. This bill was never shown to me, even once. So he's calling him a liar. Liar. It was a liar. You notice how they never sort of like make... I'd have made a video. I wouldn't be bothered to type all that out. I'd have just called it out. It was liar. If that was my problem, of course.
Defending his stance on the domestic spending bill and going much, much further. He also replied to a clip.
Okay, that's a bold claim there, isn't it? Without me, Trump would have lost the election. Wow. Without me. Such ingratitude.
Of President Trump claiming he would have, quote, won Pennsylvania regardless of Elon, writing, quote, without me, Trump would have lost the election. Such ingratitude, wrote Musk of the president. Shortly after, President Trump pushed back on his own social.
Here you go. This is proper tit for tat. This is. Elon was wearing thin. I asked him to leave. I took away his EV mandate that forced everyone to buy electric cars that nobody else wanted, that he knew for months I was going to do. And he just went crazy. Crazy. Not a bad Donald Trump impersonation, that is it? Donald, I'm not... crazy.
Then the president suggested terminating Musk's governmental...
Here you go, let's have another one. This is what else Tweet said. He says, the easiest way to save money in our budget, billions and billions of dollars, is to terminate Elon's governmental subsidies and contracts. I was always surprised Biden didn't do it. Oh dear, proper stuff, this, isn't it? Look at Musk's face there. He doesn't look real, does he? He does look a little bit sort of like, doesn't he?
subsidies to save money in the federal budget, to which Musk wrote, SpaceX will begin decommissioning its Dragon.
Well, that's the worrying stuff, do you know what I mean? You start pulling that stuff out of the sky, it's like everybody's got a problem, haven't they, do you know what I mean? Time to drop the really big bomb. Anything to do with the Epstein name is honking, isn't it? Proper honking, double honking, do you know what I mean?
Ramped up his attacks on the president, claiming without evidence that Trump
Turbo honking
is mentioned in the Jeffrey Epstein files. Epstein, of course, a multimillionaire accused of sex trafficking young girls.
This bloke here actually introducing who Epstein is. I just don't know, do you know what I mean? Where have you been?
But died by suicide in a Manhattan jail before his trial started. Trump has denied any involvement in Epstein's criminal activities. The feud between Musk and Trump did simmer a bit later in the day when the president posted this. I don't mind Elon turning against me, but he should have done.
He gets a bit of his own publicity at the end of this one, doesn't he? Make America great again. That's it. That's his statement, isn't he? So he throws that in there at the end, doesn't he?
So months ago. This is one of the greatest bills ever presented to Congress. Sam Stein, I'll just start with you and open the floor.
There's a few people, look at this, laughing, not sure, asking the questions, you know what I mean? This shows her. It's a show, isn't it? It's a show. Showtime.
About what we all watched yesterday, as John and I were discussing. This was enough to actually get people to put X back on their phones for the first time.
Maybe that was it. Maybe with the collapse of Tesla and all that, he's trying to grab some money back. So, number one, he gets a bit of dough on his phones for people downloading X again, doesn't he? Number two, now he's falling out with Trump. Would they dare go and buy themselves a Tesla or even a Cybertruck?
The universe, right? It's like the president and the richest man in the world just throwing absolute haymakers at each other in deeply personal terms, accusations of pedophilia, canceling government contracts that would be critical to our space system. You know, once you accuse someone of being on the Jeffrey Epstein list, it's hard to
he's got a point there. Once you call someone a pedo, which you might as well. If you say you're a mate of Epstein, you might as well go filthy pedo. Do you know what I mean? That's it. That's the way it is, isn't it? That is it. That is the shitty stick that once you're wiped with it, all the personal in the world don't get that out your clothes. You know what I mean? That is the poo stick. That is. He's just dabbed you with the poo stick. Start being skiffed.
Like, take that back. And Gene, I don't know. Like, where do
we go from here?
Well, two extremely egotistical men with also extremely fragile egos.
Yeah.
You know, maybe they can find a way to patch things up, and I could see it, but like, how does that happen?
Right. You're the world's most powerful man and the world's richest man. They're both big babies with huge.
That guy could do a cracking voiceover, couldn't he? A cracking voiceover.
Egos. What could possibly?
Yeah.
Go wrong. Well, we saw yesterday what could go wrong. I think it probably cools
BFF. Bromance.
down. I don't think they're ever.
Definitely the voiceover man, isn't he? Definitely.
So they're not going to be hugging, and I don't think Trump is going to be driving his Tesla, although I don't think he drives anything.
He might be keying the Tesla.
Exactly.
Keying the Tesla. He's going to go and key his Tesla.
Be keying the Tesla, right? Or,
I mean, the very fact that such a serious subject is just descending into chaos from every angle just about sums it up, doesn't it?
Torching it. But they both have a lot at stake here.
Desperate to try and find something sensible to say about this, isn't he? Desperate, do you know what I mean? He's got the best voiceover in the world, and he can't find nothing sensible to say with it.
They both have a lot to lose.
Who has more at stake?
Who has Musk? Musk has more at stake, absolutely, because he's the president, most powerful man in the world. So Musk is like threatening, I'm going to shut down, SpaceX's Dragon, and you won't be able to get to the space shuttle. I think the president can nationalize SpaceX if he can call an emergency and say, okay. So the president has a lot of cards to play.
Okay, we've just seen what the press is showing. But what they're not saying is this. This isn't a feud. It's a geopolitical vulnerability. Number one, SpaceX runs American warfighting from orbit. It's the backbone for the US Space Force and NRO mission launches. Tracking, missile, early warning, the lot. Trump cutting ties with Musk would be, well, it would paralyse military launches unless someone like Blue Origin steps in, which they're nowhere near ready for. Number 2, Starlink is now a warfighting tool. We've seen it in Ukraine and Gaza. Drones, ground forces, humanitarian ops. If Trump pushes Musk to lock Starlink down or reassign control, it impacts every NATO and allied force using it. Number 3, billionaires now control the battle space. When your national defence depends on tech firms run by men who delete posts after a tantrum, you don't have a supply chain. You've got a security crisis. Number 4, political fallout equals strategic disruption. The market reacted in hours. Tesla down 70%. Rocket Lab up. That tells you everything. Allies, enemies, and investors now have to plan around tweets. And here's the UK relevance. We rely on Starlink. We rely on American rockets to get our payloads up. We play joint command games with the US. And if two men break up on the timeline, half our comms and ISR capacity go with them. This isn't about Trump or Elon. It's about us. It's about how fragile Western defence has actually become and how easily it could unravel. A lot to think about there, isn't there? Until next time, stay safe.